Brent Okamoto backstage at UFC Fight Night with Jalin Turner, who just is all smiles after a big win over Bobby Green. And you are all smiles now, but I got to believe this is probably one of, if not the craziest fight weeks that you have had in your entire career, huh?
This was the craziest fight week, the chillest fight week, the most composed I've ever been in a fight week. I haven't had to think about anything besides going out there and performing, and I almost had like nothing to lose. So, you know, it just made for a beautiful execution. This was the cherry on top to get this finish.
Wow, man. I mean, that's great to hear, because from the outside looking in, I mean, you're like, short notice, I didn't have any time to prepare, I got to cut a bunch of weight, you know, and not to bring it up, but you had lost 2 in a row, so like it would have been easy to have some nerves going in this one, but it had the opposite effect, huh?
Yeah, it had the opposite effect. You know, like I said, I had nothing to lose. You know, if it went down, it went down. If it went up, it went up. So it went up. I looked at it as that. At the same time, like, Bobby's coming off of 2 hot finishes. He beat a nice prospect, and if I went out there and did what I just did, I'd take some of that thunder. That's what I do.
Were you able to, I mean, obviously the finish was beautiful, the right hand right behind the ear. Was that something, were you able to kind of scout him at all, or was this kind of like you were going into a fight a little bit blind more like?
You know, I've watched Bobby over the years, you know, like I said, like we've come from the same area, so I've seen his fighting style a long time. Being in front of him was definitely a different feel. He started talking to me and like trying to like play the mind games. He got to me a little bit, and once I started keeping my composure, my coach just told me, stay calm, keep the distance. Then I started to like pick apart my shots in the exchanges. So that's what opened up that right hand.
To hear that you were so composed coming into this, and then obviously you performed so well, is this something you can even take moving forward? Like this mindset that like now you felt it and you're comfortable in it. Like is there something like mentally that you can take from this week as well moving forward?
Yeah, you know, definitely. It's everything is growing in life. You know what I mean? Like you just said, I came off of 2 controversial losses against hot guys in the division. You know what I mean? Gamrot's, I think, top 5, top 10 now. You know, Bobby has been a veteran, and then I just fought Dan, controversial decision, veteran of the sport. You know what I mean? So I just keep growing. You know, I just keep growing and adapting, and I just want to keep getting better every time I step in there, and it's showing. Every time I step in there, I get better. So that's all I look at it as.
You feel like a performance like this in a high-profile spot that you're kind of back where you were? That maybe those 2 losses don't set you back too far? Or do you feel like you do have some room to make up still?
You know, I don't think it was ever really a setback. I think it was everything's catapulting me to this moment and the moments beyond, because you know, I personally still feel like I beat Gamrot. The Hooker fight could have went either way, but nonetheless, they were both wars. They both showed I can withstand the test of time in this division. So that's it. That's how you got to look at it.
Got to ask you, Jalin, and it didn't look like it had any impact on your performance, but people were worried about you, you know, after they saw you on the scale yesterday. Was there any concerns or any after lingering effects of that weight cut?
The weight cut hurt. It hurt. I was started at like 181 to 56. So yeah, 9 days notice, but I got it done. And you know, that was a testament to my last weight cut. I missed weight, you know, that's not something I like to do. It's completely uncalled for. So I almost felt even more pressure, and I wanted to show and prove everybody that I can make weight again, you know, even on short notice. So that was my biggest accomplishment.
So maybe it's on your mind right now, or maybe when you get home and you have a little bit of time to think about it, who do you think you're going to be asking for? Who do you want your manager to call the UFC, be like, this is the fight we want, this is the fight we're interested in? Is there one for you?
No, I'm gonna fight everybody eventually, so I don't care, bro. I don't call shots. Like I said, I'm a humble man. I don't play into that wolfing. Like, we're gonna go in there and fight. You know, at the end of the day, we're gonna go out there and fight, shake hands like man. If not, then oh well. But I want to go out there and perform and fight whoever they put in front of me.
This is a tough sport to do well, even when all things going right. So to come in and have that type of performance with everything that was going on, I thought that was pretty amazing, man. Congratulations. Appreciate your time.